If you're anything like me, you've had a life full of failure, full of accidents, full of mistakes. The thing about failure is we've got to be careful around is when we have a setback in our lives, when something happens to us that makes us feel bad and we feel embarrassed, we feel rejected, we feel depressed because we don't like how things have turned out, we have to be careful and aware at this point. The reason I'm talking about this now is because I recently suffered a setback involving a lost client, and that hurt for a couple of days. And I noticed that when you are feeling hurt about something that's happened to you and you're thinking about it and you're ruminating on it, this is when other accidents can happen more easily because you're not conscious. When you're in your head and you're swirling through ideas and you're worrying and you're catastrophizing and you're losing sleep, guess what happens? You're kind of making yourself more vulnerable to more failure. And as a note, this is being aware that all failure is something that we perceive as failure. It's not necessarily that it actually is a failure, it's just the label we put on it. When failures happen, we can very easily fall into other failures. We can make more mistakes, we can have more accidents because we are unconscious, we're in a low mood, a low state of consciousness, and so we're more kind of at risk of making more mistakes. So just a note, this is like another note to self. If you find yourself feeling disappointed about something in life, or you're depressed, or you're angry about something that's happened to you, this is a time to really notice what's happening to you. Be as self-aware as you can be. Bring as much consciousness to what's happening as you can. Not only because it's going to make you feel better, if you're more conscious, regardless of what's happened, if you're bringing more presence, more consciousness to the situation, you're going to be ultimately out of your head and you're going to be feeling better. Whenever you're out of your thoughts and you're back into body, you're back into what's actually happening around you, you see things for what they are, you're logical about reality, that's when things start to feel better. So that's key. But at the same time, being conscious, being more present, being more self-aware is going to help you come up with more rational insights and ideas that come from inner wisdom rather than angry, swirling, worrying thoughts, which are going to lead to more accidents, more failures. When you suffer a setback, yes, you may feel pain for a while, you may struggle to accept it. These are all okay things that human beings do, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, obviously. But after a while, you want to start bringing as much consciousness and awareness to the thing, to reality, so that you don't double up on the pain that you've already created from the last mistake. You don't want to keep creating more and more failures. This is the danger. When you fall into failure, it can spiral out of control because you lose control of your thinking. So ultimately, this is really all about bringing consciousness back to the present and managing your thoughts to the degree that you're letting go of unhelpful thoughts. So that's really it. Like, I knew this was going to be a short video, but I just wanted to kind of remind those of you guys who might be suffering, might be disappointed, or you may have a disappointment happen in the future. When that kind of thing happens, note that you're in a kind of a precarious situation because you're more at risk at this point of falling into new holes and potholes and having other setbacks because you're not conscious. Consciousness, like around so many of the other things that I speak about in my other videos, is always the solution, no matter what the situation, because it brings wisdom, it brings intelligence, real intelligence to the situation, which helps you deal better with what's happening. So just bear that in mind. This is really a video for me, as all of these are kind of self reminders. If you fall back in life, the best thing you can do is to breathe, bring self-awareness to it. The worst thing you can do is to fall into rumination, to think that you're making a difference by thinking over and over and over cyclical thoughts. It doesn't do anything. You might think that it does. You might think that worrying is going to help you in the situation. It never does, because it just clouds your mind and takes you away from reality. Hope that helped, guys. Do subscribe to this video if you liked it, to this channel if you liked it. Do like this, and I will see you in the next one.